wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Husnina binti Suhaimi. My ID number is KBJ20041111 and 2, and I'm from section 2. First of all, for the safety and health, this is the nature and role of the safety and health. Maksudnya sifat dan peranan untuk keselamatan dan kesihatan. For safety, protection of employees from injuries caused by work-related accidents, and for health, an employee's freedom from physical or emotional illness. HR department responsible for coordinating and monitoring safety and health program. In reality, job-related injuries and illness and more common than most people realize. It costs a nation even more than AIDS disease. Maknanya HR department ni dia bertanggungjawab untuk memantau program berkaitan keselamatan dan kesihatan. Realitinya untuk penyakit pekerjaan ni adalah lebih biasa dan lebih banyak penyakit ni di dalam negara kita berbanding dengan penyakit AIDS. Next is the Occupational Safety and Health Act, or OSHA. OSHA means Occupational Safety and Health Act, to make sure a safe and healthful workplace for every Malaysian worker. Enforcement of OSHA in 1994 changed management role in the area of safety and health. Maksudnya dekat sini untuk memastikan setiap pekerja bekerja dalam keadaan selamat, sihat dan baik. Other than that, OSHA authorized to number 1, conduct workplace inspection. Number 2 is organize promotional to improve employers and workers' understanding of good safety practice. Number 3, assist other government department with technical expertise. And number 4 is carry out any activities to improve safety and health workplace. Last but not least, for OSHA is consequences of accidents at work. Maknanya akibat kemalangan di tempat kerja. First, highest rates of industrial accident in the world. Second, employer will have to pay medical bills for the injured workers. Third, company take out insurance coverage and pay SOCSO contributions. Fourth, when occur accident, production will stop while an investigation is carried out. Fifth, lead to lowered morale of injured workers, will increase dissatisfaction and cause increased turnover rate. And sixth, mass media publish details of major accidents at work.
Workplace violence is defined as violent acts, including physical assaults and threats of assault, directed toward employees at work or on duty. What can employers do to help to protect these employees? Firstly is provide safety education for employees so they know what conduct is not acceptable, what to do if they witness or subject to workplace violence, and how to protect themselves. Secondly, secure the workplace. Where appropriate to the business, install video surveillance, extra lighting and alarm systems, and also minimize access by outsiders through identification badge, electronic keys and cards. Next is provide drop safes to limit the amount of cash on hand. Keep a minimal amount of cash in registers during evenings and late night hours. After that, the employers need to equip field staff with cellular phones and handheld alarms or noise device, and require them to prepare a daily work plan and keep a contact person informed of their location throughout the day. Keep employer provided vehicles properly maintained. Next is instruct employees not to enter any location where they feel unsafe. Introduce a buddy systems or provide an escort service or police assistance in potentially dangerous situations or at night. Next, we can develop policies and procedures covering visits by home healthcare providers. address the conduct of home visits, the presence of others in the home during visits, and the worker's right to refuse to provide services in a clearly hazardous situation. And how can the employees protect themselves? Firstly is learn how to recognize, avoid or diffuse the potentially violent situations by attending personal safety training programs. Second is alert supervisors to any concerns about safety or security and report all incidents immediately in writing. Thirdly is avoid traveling alone into unfamiliar locations or situations whenever possible, and carry only minimal money and require identifications into community settings.
Last but not least, about workplace violence is what should employer do following an incident of workplace violence? One of the best things employers can do to facilitate recovery after an incident involving workplace violence is to take steps to make sure a similar incident never happens again. Sit down with supervisor and other management personnel to break down the events surrounding the incident so employer can understand how it occurred. Next is source of stress. So these are some of organizational factors. First one is corporate culture. An autocratic CEO who permits little input from subordinates may create a stressful environment. A healthy job is one where employees feel comfortable in their roles and can maintain a work-life balance. While it is true that work is inherently stressful, it should not disrupt employees' lives and affect their well-being. The organizational costs of stress range from heavy workloads and tight deadlines to verbal abuse and financial struggle. Second is job itself. Work-related stress arises where work demands of various types and combinations exceed the person's capacity and capability to cope. Work-related stress can be caused by various events. For example, a person might feel under pressure if the demands of their job, such as hours or responsibility, are greater than they can comfortably manage. Third is working conditions that may lead to stress. Heavy workload, infrequent rest break, long work hours and shift work, hectic and routine tasks that have little inherent meaning, do not utilize workers' skill and provide little sense of control. Fourth is personal factors such as family and financial problems, family stress, marriage that are ending, issue with children and ailing parent. These are stressful situations that an employee really can live at home when he or she comes to work. Financial stress like the inability to pay bills or an unexpected new demand on a person's cash flow might also be an issue that disrupts an employee's time at work. Lastly, about source of stress is general environment. There are environmental sources of stress. The economy may be in downturn, creating uncertainty for job future and bank accounts. There may be political unrest or change creating stress. Finally, technology can cause stress as new developments are constantly making employees' skills obsolete and workers fear they will be replaced by a machine that can do the same.
Next slide is managing stress. Excessive and prolonged stress must be dealt with, and both the individual and organization have a responsibility to take appropriate measure. There are numbers of ways that individuals may control excessive stress. The following approach are recommended. First, exercise. One of the most effective means of dealing with the stress is physical exercise. Stress results in chemical changes in the body, and exercise provides a means of returning a body to a normal state. Next slide. For next point is follow good diet habits. A person under stress is burning up energy at a faster pace than normal. Proper eating habits are extremely important, but unfortunately junk food often become the order of the day. Individuals must establish dietary goals that limit junk food and allow to the maintenance of normal weight. Next point is know when to pull back. Relaxation is essential To temper stress, some people hold up well that under stress for extended periods. Others do not, but everyone should find time to pull back. Next slide. Some people tend to treat virtually all situations as a matter of life and death. Such as attitude can build up the tremendous amount of stress. First point is find someone who will listen. Finding someone who will listen can keep you from bottling up a problem that seems to eat away at your inner self. Next point is establish some structure of your life. Stress often occurs when a person does not have control over a situation. In many instances, planning ahead is all that needs to keep a person out of stressful situation. Establishing job also means leaving the job at the office. Most people need time away from job to reduce stress level. Next point is recognize your own limitation. Probably among the most stressful condition you can encounter is being placed in a situation where your limitation and inability can cope become quickly evident. Last slide. Next point is be tolerant. Learn to tolerate people for what they are. Being tolerant for others tends to keep you in touch with reality. Next point, pursue outside division. Individuals need to establish a reasonable balance between work and family commitments and leisure. Last point is avoid artificial control. Is it true to loss and lack of control directly contribute to feelings of stress? However, the worst possible solution is use to artificial means to regain the sense of control. To deal with stress associated with your job, isolate what is and is not important and do not worry about unimportant issue or issue beyond your control. That's all for us. Thank you.